She didn't just feature on a song. She transformed it into a billion-dollar pivot without anyone realizing it. When Priceless dropped on May 2, 2025, most people thought it was just another surprising East meets West pop collab. Maroon 5 returning with Lisa of Blackpink? Catching, yes. But no one expected what came next. Not the fans. Not the industry. And definitely not the executives who underestimated the power of a woman who had quietly been building an empire behind every beat. Lisa Manaban didn't just lend her voice. She built leverage. Behind that catchy hook and cinematic video was a financial structure so smart, so precise, it's now being studied in entertainment MBA programs. The shocking part? This move wasn't about boosting streams. It was a brand move, a licensing play, a global acquisition of attention. All executed under the radar. Why? Because sometimes the most powerful strategies are the ones that look like mere performance. But Priceless was a trigger, one that activated a brand machine already in motion. Rewind just a few months. In July 2024, Lisa was officially named the house ambassador for Louis Vuitton. The headlines were celebratory, the images iconic. But beneath that partnership was an economic signal. Louis Vuitton, a brand worth over $400 billion, doesn't just hand out ambassadorships. Especially not with that kind of budget. Reports from Asia Sponsorship News estimated that Louis Vuitton spends around $1.34 million per quarter on celebrity endorsements in Asia. But Lisa isn't just another celebrity. With her history at Celine generating over $80.9 million in media value from just 54 posts, it's safe to say Louis Vuitton didn't just hire her, they invested. And Lisa, well aware of her worth, likely negotiated a deal far beyond the $480,000 contract average. She wasn't being paid for influence. She was being paid for conversion. Now pause and think about this. What happens when someone with a monetizable image, a strategic mind, and global fan reach decides to enter music again, but this time with co-writing rights and back-end royalties? You don't just create a song. You create a long-term asset. Priceless wasn't a music release. It was a monetizable brand extension. Lisa's co-writer credit means every stream, sync, and licensing deal flows residuals into her portfolio, just like an investor collecting dividends. And that's the true genius. She wasn't just featured. She was equity-bound. The Priceless video alone tells a deeper story. Set in a high-fashion, espionage-themed visual universe, Lisa and Levine played rival assassins caught in a tension-fueled alliance. Directed by Aaron Moreno, the cinematic quality mirrored luxury brand campaigns more than your average music video. That was no accident. LV was watching. Dior was watching. The entire high-end fashion market was watching. And the results didn't disappoint. Within 24 hours, the video surpassed 5 million YouTube views. Spotify saw it debut at position 31 globally. But that's just surface level. Here's where the real leverage comes in: Lisa's social footprint. Hopper HQ estimates she earns $623,000 per Instagram post. But that's the sticker price. The real value is in the embedded branding. When she posts about a project like Priceless, she's not just promoting. She's compounding brand equity. Share, each repost, each meme becomes a micro-promotion not just for the song but for her larger brand ecosystem. And in 2025, that includes more than music and fashion. 'Cause behind the scenes, Lisa is also starring in HBO's The White Lotus Season 3. Her pay? An estimated $40,000 per episode. Not record-breaking by Hollywood standards, but the exposure was priceless. The move? Strategic. Luxury viewers. Art house prestige. Cross-demographic appeal. And if you think that was the peak, think again. She made history at the 2025 Oscars by performing Live and Let Die in tribute to James Bond, becoming the first K-pop artist to grace the Academy stage. She didn't just show up. She dominated. The crowd? Stunned. The industry? Shifting. Now here's the part most people miss. None of these moves were random. They were layered, stacked, compounding. The Louis Vuitton ambassadorship wasn't a one-off, it built fashion credibility. Coachella 2023 set, rumored to have earned her over $1 million, wasn't just a concert. It was a flex. And the Maroon 5 song? It was a Trojan horse. With co-writing credits, she ensured long-term royalty streams. With fashion integration in the video, she merged industries. And with global press coverage, she expanded her IP valuation. Imagine if Rihanna had entered the game post-Fendi with one killer track. That's what Lisa did here. But with one key difference, she's doing it across markets that rarely overlap: Western pop, Korean entertainment, European fashion, and digital creator economies. That kind of diversification isn't common in celebrities. It's more like what you'd see from a smart venture capitalist. Lisa is essentially becoming a human holding company. And priceless? That's just one vertical. Now here's the twist you didn't see coming. While Adam Levine's name is listed twice in the rollout and press circuits, this wasn't about him. Maroon 5 needed Lisa, not the other way around. Their last album cycle was lukewarm. Lisa brought in the heat, the views, the Gen Z, the Southeast Asia, the luxury markets, the Sociality 7 crowd. She didn't join their comeback. She defined it. This is what it looks like when influence becomes infrastructure. And the ripple effect? Insane. Within 48 hours of the video release, Lisa Blackpink was trending across 5 continents. Fan edits merged her Oscar performance with priceless scenes. Social media challenges emerged. And guess what? Luxury brands saw the spike. Louis Vuitton's Southeast Asia online impressions jumped. Lisa searches for her red dress in the video soared by 217%. That's not an accident. That's controlled virality. If you're still thinking this is just a song, let's put it in business terms. Lisa used a music release as a marketing funnel. The video was the awareness phase. Instagram posts were the engagement touchpoints. Red carpet appearances were social proof. Fashion partnerships were monetization layers. And the co-writing royalties? Passive income. This isn't pop music. It's brand architecture. Now let's talk brand value. In 2021, Lisa's brand value was already estimated in the tens of millions. By mid-2025, that's easily tripled. Why? Because she has diversified brand equity. Music brings global eyeballs. Fashion brings elite affiliations. King brings cultural legitimacy. And every move feeds the next. Investors call this flywheel growth. Lisa just redefined how it looks in celebrity terms. And here's the emotional truth underneath all this strategy. Lisa Blackpink didn't inherit this empire. She built it. From dancing in Thai competitions as a teenager to training under YG Entertainment for years without debut certainty, every step was a bet on herself. And today, she's no longer playing the game. She's designing it. So the next time you hear the beat drop on Priceless, know that it's more than a song. It's a case study. A business thesis. A branding masterstroke. Lisa didn't just make Maroon 5 work for her. She turned one feature into a billion-dollar strategy. If you're inspired by how Lisa is building her empire, step by step, layer by layer, make sure to stay tuned. Because this isn't the end. This is just the beginning of a whole new model of celebrity entrepreneurship. Now tell me, what's your version of Priceless? And just when the world assumed Lisa had already reached her peak, she pivoted once again, this time into the boardroom. Rumors began circulating in early May 2025 that Lisa was quietly entering the venture capital space through a Southeast Asia-based investment vehicle tied to lifestyle tech startups. She wasn't just endorsing brands anymore, she was owning equity. Sources close to the deal suggest Lisa's team is strategically evaluating brands with strong Gen Z appeal, particularly those tied to AR fashion try-ons, digital creator tools, and decentralized fan platforms. True, this would place her among a small but elite group of artists turning influence into ownership. This playbook echoes Rihanna's Fenty model and Jay-Z's Roc Nation strategy, but tailored for the hybrid Asian Western digital generation. Lisa Blackpink has become a blueprint for how entertainers can build scalable ecosystems. Not with noise, but with precision. And here's the kicker, all of this started with just one song, one collab, which she turned into a multi-industry launchpad. How many artists can say that? Very few, because most stop at fame. Lisa doesn't. She translates it into brand equity. That's why her fans don't just stream her music, they invest in her narrative. They're part of the momentum. And Lisa Manaban in turn rewards them with calculated surprises, whether it's her unreleased capsule collab teased in a Coachella backstage photo, or her whispered appearance at the Cannes Film Festival later this month. She creates anticipation, not dependency. That's the mark of brand sustainability. As industry executives scramble to understand this new era of hybrid branding, Lisa Blackpink stands calmly at the center, proving that legacy today isn't about how loud you are, it's about how smart you scale. Priceless wasn't an accident. It was a mirror. A mirror showing us the future of celebrity, where music is the vehicle and brand is the destination. If Lisa's strategy made you rethink what a single song can do, don't just watch, learn. Like, share, and comment to dive deeper into the stories of how global icons are building empires in silence. Subscribe now, because this isn't just entertainment, it's education in disguise. And next time, the empire could be yours.